Hey guys, welcome to the very first episode of NukeTheRanshin, the NukeTheStars and RanshinDA podcast about random stuff that comes to mind.
Very random.
Very random. I mean, is there anything here that's planned?
No. We haven't planned at all.
Like, I have a list, but
Sorta.
we could just end up like not following the list at all. So
Yeah.
you never know.
Mhm.
You never know. So yeah, I am your host, Ranshin. And with me, as always, NukeTheStars.
Hello.
My co-host. You get to be a co-host.
Yeah, co-host.
Yeah.
Backseat driver.
Totally. And you're gonna annoy me with your constant backseat driving. Hey, you missed the left.
I could tap on the mic.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. Yes. What do you like? Just pat it through the pop screen, or like behind the pop screen?
Behind the pop screen. That's how I can tell if it's working.
I see.
Mhm.
Ugh, God's sake. So yeah, should we like do an introduction or something? Like, who are we? Most people are gonna know this anyway. But
yeah.
I figured for future listeners, they watch the first episode like, who the hell are these guys? Why should I care?
No, everyone knows who we are.
Really?
I think
Including
so.
the President of the United States. Totally.
Obama, yeah. He has a
Yeah.
StarCraft account.
Well, I mean, obviously. Obama SC.
Barracks Obama.
That actually sounds freaking awesome.
It does.
Should totally. Somebody should do that. Totally. Like, do cast and pretend to be the President of the United States. Like, I'm Obama. Oh, shit. I don't know. I can't do his accent.
Yeah, I thought we were going to agree to not do politics on this show.
We're not doing really politics. We're just
Skirting the edge there.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Okay.
Just we happen to be insinuating that the President of the United States might be a StarCraft fan, which we doubt. But
It's
it'd be
very
totally
political.
awesome if he was. Like,
Yes.
yeah, I'm totally a Zerg fan. Whoa. Crap.
Okay.
So why don't you rush the fucking North Koreans at this point? No, I'm kidding.
Okay. Politics.
All right.
List.
List. List. Who's who? NukeTheStars. Who are you?
I am a StarCraft commentator on YouTube. I have been featured on G4's Attack of the Show, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, you're a lot more famous than I am.
Nah, I don't really count that as fame. I mean, it's
Just more
Attack of the
infame?
Show.
Yeah.
Yeah. They needed something to put on the show, so they just found my video, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'll just put that up.
Oh, look, dancing hydralisks. Sounds awesome. Looks
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah. And you
Uh-huh.
got your 1 week of fame.
Yeah, 15 minutes.
Yeah, why not? Why not? That works. So yeah, I'm RanshinDA. I am a just recently, quite possibly probably retired StarCraft
Oh,
commentator.
yeah. Didn't you announce that you were dying or something? Announced your death?
Yes, totally announced my death. I've
Okay.
yet to put the gun to my head and pull the trigger, but
Okay.
I'll get to that after this podcast.
Mm-hmm. At
Could be
least
a-
you're in the
could-
planning stages.
Yeah, I could do it at the very end, you know, epic end, like make that
Quite the ending, yeah.
quite the ending. Like make my girlfriend send you a picture to like add to the podcast. Like, by the way, this is how the podcast ends. Spoiler.
Yeah.
Kind of like writing at the beginning of the Bible. Spoiler: Jesus dies.
Yeah, that doesn't count as politics, but you're getting into religion there.
Oh shit!
We're skirting so many edges here.
Well,
Okay.
what do you expect? What do you expect? I'll talk about vaginas and penises later on. It's okay.
Yes. You should talk about your retirement, though.
I don't know. There's not much to say. I mean, I've already gotten through the whole sad phase. I mean, I had my day of being sad about it,
Mm-hmm.
and I made a video where I was all sad. Some people were like, "Oh, you friggin' sap, wuss! Stop being all sad. I don't care about your emotions. Just quit." But I don't know. I just wanted to make like this whole heartfelt video. A lot of viewers just said, "Good luck, have fun, cheers for the good times," and yeah, I'm just I don't know. Got kind of don't really want to do it anymore, and that's pretty much the reason.
Yeah.
So I'm not like maybe not 100% quitting, but it is going to be a very long, prolonged hiatus. I mean, if I come back, it's going to be in like a year if the scene is still alive and respectable.
Well, yeah. You can take a trip to India or whatever, find yourself, and then come back and do like a Jaedong versus Flash game, and then go back into retirement.
Totally. Like Jaedong versus Flash final, the last final of the last MSL ever. Well, shit, if that actually happens and that's actually 100%, then I kind of have to do that, but whatever.
Yeah, you would.
I kind of would. especially the last. I mean, I honestly thought like when I did the big file MSL like half a year ago, I thought that was going to be the last final of the MSL ever because it all seemed like it was going downhill.
Yeah. Well, there's kind of that feeling now with the OSL as well, since the OSL hasn't been announced yet, and this is probably the longest time between seasons that I can remember. It's a bit nerve-wracking, but there has been like some announcement about OGN commentators like sticking with OSL, so I think the OSL is still a guaranteed thing, but hasn't popped up yet.
Yeah, you never know with this crap, so we're just gonna.
True.
You know, for your sake, since it seems like you want to keep doing this, I just want to. For your sake, I hope it keeps up.
Yes, me too.
Because you know you're still having fun.
Yeah. I like BroodWar. It's a good game.
Well, yeah. I mean, me too. I'm just kind of don't want to cast it anymore. I want to watch it.
Casting and watching are not the same thing. I don't think a lot of people realize that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping that someday in the future I'll be able to watch a BroodWar game and a part of my head's not like, dude, why aren't you casting this? Why aren't you casting this? It's only like 5 times more work. Come on, go cast. People don't realize it's 5 times more work.
It's a lot of work, yeah.
So yeah, I'm just gonna do Let's Plays and stuff instead. Gonna do different awesome stuff. Kind of motivated for that actually.
Taking a different direction.
Totally changing shit up. New and improved Ranshin. The Phoenix has been reborn from the ashes.
Something like that.
Trailer.
Yeah.
Movie trailer.
You should make like a hype video for your Let's Plays. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah. Well, I plan to. That's an idea. It's actually funny about the Let's Plays. I mentioned that, and one of my subs actually totally randomly recommended that I do a Let's Play of the game I plan on Let's Playing as my main Let's Play next.
Yeah, I noticed that. That was kind of serendipity there.
That was kind of awesome. But yeah, I'm planning on like basically starting Let's Plays and then get a little bit into the games, like record a decent amount of stuff, and then like maybe making a fun trailer. And like, this is what you have to look forward to, and I promise it won't suck.
Well, yeah, that would put you a step above most Let's Players, because most Let's Players don't have like hype videos or any kind of production value or anything like that.
Yeah.
So
and actually,
cool.
the few that do, they have ridiculous amount of subscribers.
Yeah,
actually,
I like watching Let's Plays on YouTube. It's fun.
Yeah, I mean, like one guy that I really like is called Chugga Conroy. Shout out to him, I guess. Not that
I think I've heard of him. Yeah.
Yeah, he has like 100,000 subs or something. It's ridiculous for a Let's Player. Like, wow, but he puts a ridiculous amount of work into his Let's Plays. They're going to be a lot different though. Like his are like professional walkthroughs almost. Mine are just going to be, well, crap, I don't know what I'm doing. Whoop-de-doo. I'm a little boy with a cap with a baseball bat. What's up?
Yeah, you're doing your first Let's Play blind, right?
All of them, pretty much. That's the
All
idea.
of them?
Probably.
Those are the most fun, I think.
Yeah, it's actually like I've noticed there's so many games from so many different periods that I've missed out. I mean, the most games I've ever played on the PlayStation 1, but I missed out a lot in the PlayStation 2 and the SNES and NES and Genesis, called the Mega Drive here in Europe.
Yeah, I've noticed that too about Super NES in particular, because when I had an SNES, I only bought Mario games. It's just like Mario World and Yoshi's Island, Mario Kart, Mario Paint. And now I rebought a Super Nintendo off of eBay, and I'm going back and catching all the non-Mario stuff.
Yeah, I actually, what was it, about a year ago, I think, maybe a little bit over a year ago, I actually found my old Super Nintendo again. I mean, it was lost for a while because it kind of went through exchanges. It's kind of weird. Like, when I was a kid, I gave it away to a friend of mine. I don't know. I was an idiot child, I know.
I did that, too. I actually sold it to a friend of mine from school.
I was an idiot. I think my parents convinced me, like, he doesn't have a gaming system. You should give him to his. And, you know, like, Russian parents, if you don't do what they tell you, they kill you. They don't feed you for a week. But, yeah, I gave it to him, but then he didn't want any more, so I gave it to my nephew. And after a while, he didn't want any more, so it just kind of got lost at my sister's. Yeah. And then she left the country, and I actually went out and cleaned out her, like, basement from her old apartment. Yeah. And I found it. They're like, oh, my God. How happy I am to see you.
Yeah. Super NES was just an awesome system. I think that's still my favorite console.
Yeah, mine too, alongside that and PlayStation 2 for me. Those two are... They have the most games that I like, I think.
Yes. Nostalgia.
Overall. Yeah, nostalgia with, like, PlayStation 2, just overall quality. I mean, so much quality in every genre that can't really complain. I mean, a bunch of crap to back it up, too, of course, but...
Yeah. Well, you could say that about the Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo had a lot of good games. A few crap games, but way more good games than crap games.
Yeah. It would take way too long to list, then, besides, I think, like, most people already know what the famous good ones are.
Yes.
It's just finding the niche titles that's difficult, especially like niche titles that were never ported to Europe or America.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, Earthbound is kind of a strange situation there because it's not really rare, but it has shot up in price because Nintendo hasn't put it on Virtual Console or DS or anything like that. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which is disappointing as all hell. And Europeans, we didn't get it.
You didn't? I didn't know that.
We never got Earthbound because it's sold so badly in America.
Yeah.
Like all that hype. This game stinks. It's a great way to hype up your video game.
Not so good advertising on that game, but it is still a really good game.
Yeah. So yeah, we're totally already ignoring the list. Like 15 minutes into this.
That's fine.
Whatever. Yeah. Introductions, StarCraft talk. There was like 2 minutes of that. So we're in video game thoughts. So yeah, whatever. Yeah. So anyway, what you been playing? What you been up to? What video games?
Have been playing? Well, I'm a huge DS fan. I think DS might be my second favorite console ever, right under the Super Nintendo. And I just bought, well, a few weeks ago I got 9 Hours, 9 Doors, 9 Persons, which is a kind of weird adventure game where you're trying to escape from a sinking ship. It's really cool.
Is it like a point-and-click type of thing, or what?
Sort of. Of course, you can't really do the point-and-click thing on the DS. You can kind of click around. It's like Myst, where you can see, like, you're clicking around a JPEG, basically. But it's a lot more exciting than Myst because you actually get to talk to people.
Good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well,
who's it made by?
Crap, I can't remember. I think it's Axis Games, or maybe it was translated by Axis and made by Chunsoft. But yeah, one of my favorite games on the DS was Hotel Dusk, which is basically the same kind of game where you're trying to figure out things and solve puzzles. And I didn't actually know I liked genres of games like that until I played that game. But since playing that game, I bought that. I imported the sequel to that because it never came out in America. And then I got 999, which is equally as good. And I want more, but I can't find any more games like that.
Where'd you import the sequel from?
I think it was UK because it still had the English. It had some English sayings and idioms in it. But it wasn't too distracting. I could understand what was going on.
All right. So basically, yeah, I was like thinking, wait, you don't understand Japanese.
Yeah.
Like, what? Yeah. To me, importing is usually like Japan. I usually import. Actually, yeah. For me, it's America and Japan. Like when Europeans are the ones that always like have to import stuff because Japanese and Americans usually get more games than us.
Yeah. It was weird that game came out in Europe but not in America. I guess the first Hotel Dusk just didn't sell very well here, even though it's a good game. I guess Americans just couldn't really get into it.
Wasn't there like some games that followed? I mean, Hotel Dusk was thought to be very good, but there were some games created by the same developer that followed it that weren't really as good, didn't really kind of work out again.
Followed it?
Last Window, I think.
Last Window was the sequel to that, which I imported. And I like that game a lot. It's pretty much Hotel Dusk with a different plot. I mean, there wasn't that much different about it. But that developer, I think they're called Sync. They made some other games that weren't as good, like Trace Memory.
I think there was.
Yeah, I didn't really. Again was another one. Yeah, I never really touched that one because it got such bad reviews. But yeah, I'm sad they're gone because I wanted another Hotel Dusk sequel.
Might be other guys out there creating good stuff.
Let's hope. Yeah, the other game that I bought for the DS was Rocket Slime, and I just bought that a few days ago, so I can't tell you too much about it other than the fact that it's really goofy and colorful and fun.
Rocket Slime. Isn't that like crap? Game that like based off of Dragon Quest?
Well, it's a spin-off of Dragon Quest. It's based off of a Dragon Quest character, and I can't tell you too much more because I never played Dragon Quest. I've only played the spin-off. But yeah, you're a little blue slime, and you hop around, and it's fun.
Yeah, the blue slimes are like the first enemies you ever see in Dragon Quest. Pretty much all of them. It's always the blue slime. They're like the easiest guys to kill in those games. You farm on them a little bit, and then they're like, black slimes stop popping instead, and you're like, oh my god, black slimes. Well, the blue slimes are pussies compared to these guys.
Yeah, you play as the slime in this game, and you walk around, and you have this like tank city, I guess you could call it, and you fight other tank cities, and you have to run around as the slime, pick up things, throw them in cannons so they can be shot at the other city. It's pretty cool.
Sounds interesting.
Yes, very fun.
It was released quite a few years ago.
Yeah, like 2006 or something, but I just heard about it, so decided to buy it.
Yeah, not that I like buy games the minute they come out. No way.
Speaking of which, what have you been playing?
Well, I just grabbed myself a couple of handheld games recently. Did even like a little video for them on YouTube. Yeah, like, ooh, look what I got, shiny stuff. Bought myself Tactics Ogre for PSP.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, and Devil Survivor for the DS. That's actually a game that I really wanted, and I think like half a year ago it was much cheaper on eBay, and all of a sudden it just bumped up in price. And I got a very good deal on it because one day I was trying to win an auction for it, and I would have had to pay with shipping over $50.
Ooh.
But I just barely lost that auction.
Yeah.
And like less than a week later, I won an auction with shipping for less than $40.
Nice.
I was like, whoa.
Well
nice.
done.
Sweet. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's by Atlas, and Atlas is pretty much one of my favorite developers and publishers. They make, in my opinion, the best RPGs these days.
Yes.
And most creative ones. And these two, both Tactics Ogre and Devil Survivor, are basically like tactical RPGs where you control characters on a grid-based map and just level up and stuff. Yeah, they're very different, very, very different games because Devil Survivor happens in contemporary Japan, and every single character has like I forget what they call them, but they basically have a DS that act like as phones and as like devil summoning devices. They basically summon demons with DSs and level them up and
That's
stuff.
some fun.
It is fun. It's like it's kind of weird and creepy because like you play like 16-year-olds and you have to fight demons and save Japan or something.
Well, that's most Japanese games, I think.
Yeah. Tactics Ogre is different, very serious game.
I've heard that's a lot like Final Fantasy Tactics.
Oh yeah, it plays a lot the same, like in basic gameplay, but it's story-wise and such, it seems more a little bit more serious to me. But maybe I'm actually not sure if that's the best thing to say because Final Fantasy Tactics actually does have a fairly serious storyline. But it's a lot more team-based, I guess you could say. You have a larger party in Final Fantasy Tactics. I haven't played that much, but you seem to have like a smaller party, and everyone in the party is like freaking Superman. So you have the Justice League of America to control, just go around and kick everybody's ass, stuff. And there's a lot of serious events that happen in the game too. There's genocide. It's basically you have these two sides, and they're not thinking about people. They're thinking, well, there's this one faction or race of people called Galgastani, and the other they're called Wallisterians, and one is oppressing the other, and it's kind of ridiculous because even though like at one point in the game, like early on, you get to choose whether you want to take part in massacring over 5,000 of your own people just because you know it might cause dissent among the enemy, and it'll basically make the rest of your people want to rise up because you're basically going to cover it up and make it so that the enemies did it. And you can either say, hell no, what the hell, that's genocide. And it's kind of crazy because if you decide to do it, you go on like the law route because you're following orders. While on the opposite side, you go the chaos route because even if you decide not to do it, you get blamed for it anyway. And you basically get to spend a large part of the game trying to prove that you're innocent and basically having a bunch of headhunters and everybody wanting you dead.
Uh-huh.
So that's like, yay!
It's like the beginning of Fallout 3 where they say, well, you can go on with your adventure or you can nuke this entire town. I love that.
Yeah, I didn't actually nuke it.
Oh.
I know. Did you?
Oh, yeah, I did.
I'm too much of a paladin sometimes when I play games. I'm all, I'm going to be the nice guy. I'm
You're
going
the
to ask
paragon,
questions first.
Not the
yeah,
renegade.
I'm the paragon. Yeah, pretty much. I in both Mass Effect games I played as a paragon. Was all nice to everybody.
Uh-huh. I tried to do that at first, but it seems that being renegade is just so much more fun in games like that. The voice acting is just so much more fun.
Yeah, true. Well, mind you, I still fucking punched the reporter when I got the chance.
Oh, yeah.
In the face. Totally.
Mm.
Paragon or not, you gotta punch those goddamn reporters.
Yeah, I like playing as the female shepherd in those games because the voice actor is better, and the voice actress gets really mean when you start to do renegade. It's pretty awesome. She gets like Clint Eastwood. I love it.
Got a present for you, punk.
I'm gonna punch you in the face.
If only, yeah, he was a little bit more subtle than that, but kind of not.
Yeah.
He was like, make my day. Totally. But yeah, the voice actress for the female is definitely Jennifer Hale. She's done a lot of good stuff.
She's really good. When Mass Effect 3 comes out, I'm just going to play as her. Because I started as the dude in Mass Effect 2, and I liked the game, but then I started not liking it, and I couldn't figure out why, and then I realized it's because I didn't like the voice actor, so I had to start all over with the female voice actor. Then I liked that a lot more.
Not liking a game just based on the voice actor of the main character.
Well, that game's all about story and voice acting, so if you don't like the voice acting, there's not really that much there.
Mm. So aside from female shepherd, who's your favorite character in that game?
In that game? Probably Jack.
Nah.
I know you don't like Jack.
I hated her. She annoyed the crap out of me. I mean, just all strong girl, and then like, oh, I've had a hard childhood.
Yes.
Sob story. No, it's just the reason I think I didn't like this because it was I knew from the beginning that was going to be the way that was going to be. It was like it was freaking obvious, and to me it was like, wow, can you guys do something original? I mean, I saw this tattooed chick being all tough. I knew the minute I knew there's had to be a point in the game where you can make her cry and want to hug you.
Yeah, you can. It's true.
Yeah. Or you can just, have sex with her for the hell of it and have her be angry at you later.
Forgot about that.
I don't know. My favorite character in that game is Tali. So.
Yeah. I thought you could actually do something with Tali. I don't.
Yeah,
think...
you can. Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, apparently, from what I've heard, that she's very. I heard people are apparently in many ways a lot like humans, not just the way that they're humanoids. They just happen to have 3 fingers, so they can't count to 10.
Well, I'm not into glass face masks, so I never went down.
I don't know. I'm not much for the glass face mask. I just like her personality, and I like.
Oh, you can see past looks. I see.
Yes, exactly.
You can see past her glowing eyes, like in the fog in her mask. So creepy.
It is a little bit, but I don't know. I like her people and the thing.
You liked her accent.
I liked her accent. Yes, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like the, and I also talking about her people. I also really like Legion. Legion was awesome.
Legion was cool. Couldn't have relations with Legion though. That was a big letdown.
Yeah. Damn it! I wanted I wanted him to sprout cybernetic tentacles.
Oh God!
And ravish me. while playing, and I played the male shepherd, so yeah.
Wow. Yeah, this is the point where I go, oh, that crazy Ranshin. Then we insert a laugh track.
Totally.
Yeah.
I haven't played with the I haven't played that game with the bonus characters we get from DLC, like Zaid and Kasumi. I haven't played it with that though.
I did. I didn't buy all of the expansions because they just came out with like 2 more that I didn't even pay attention to. And I don't think it was really worth it. It didn't add much to the story, obviously, because the story is complete. You just tack things on to the end.
Yeah.
And the characters weren't really that interesting. It had some like grizzled war veteran guy, but he dressed in like all yellow, so he looked like a wiener.
Yeah.
So I
think that's Zaid.
Yeah, Zaid, that's right. He has a stupid name too that didn't really match his personality or anything.
Zaid Masani.
Zaid. Even though I'm the whitest guy in the game, my name is Zaid. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I've heard that like the best DLC is what, the Lair of the Shadow Broker? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's the one I didn't get. That's the one that stars that. Well, the focal point is that blue chick from the first game.
Yeah. Ugh, the fuck. The annoying blue chick. Ugh.
I don't remember her name either.
I just remember her being a little annoying at times. Really.
Yeah,
really.
She has an interesting part in the second game, but I played a little bit of Mass Effect 1, but I didn't really get into it because it's a pretty different game than Mass Effect 2. If you get in the one, you probably couldn't get into the other one. So. Yeah, I enjoyed Mass Effect 2 a lot, though.
It's harder, like, it's much harder to, like, play 2 and then try to play 1. But the other way around is much easier. I played number 1 first, and then it was easy peasy getting into 2.
Yeah.
A lot more. I mean, the only thing about 2 that annoyed me, I think, was the, when you had to scan planets. Oh, God.
Yeah, well.
Scanning the planets. Christ.
I thought that was an improvement over the first game where you actually had to go down to the planets.
Definitely an improvement, but just annoying still because like
it is.
I wanted the upgrades a lot, and but I had to scanning. God, and like, hey, you have this little bit of this. Like, great, thank you. Can I have my epic weapons now?
Did you ever go into our solar system and probe Uranus? It gives you a funny message if you do.
No, I haven't.
It's like probing Uranus. Seriously, Commander? Pretty awesome.
Oh, God. Yeah, I liked Edie.
Yeah, Edie was cool.
And, of course, Joker. I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah.
Seth Green.
As Seth Green, yep.
Yes, Joker playing as the Seth Green. Yes. That's how that
pretty
was.
much. Yep, he was a good addition to that game, even though he was in the first game, too. I hope he's in the third. I'm sure he will be.
Yeah, they definitely... I mean, he was such an integral part. He's the pilot. You mean, you don't get rid of the pilot.
True.
The pilot stays alive. It's the captain that goes down the ship.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot more likely.
Yeah, I'm wondering how many of the people you pick up in 2 are going to be around in 3, because if they're all around, that probably wouldn't be that interesting to go out and pick up like 15 other people.
Well, some definitely won't be. I mean, that's pretty obvious too. Like Jack probably won't, because she's just
because you
fuck
hate
off.
her. You're going to kill her in the first minute.
Well, no, I mean, she was the only character that died when I went through the game.
Well, yeah. In your game, maybe. I kept everyone alive.
In my game. Well, I don't know. I couldn't
After
be
my
bothered.
6th try, I guess.
I don't know.
The first try, I killed like half my crew. I was like, damn it, I'm going to start over.
I just think she's kind of like, rogue. She's just going to fuck off. And Thane's going to die, so he's not going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
that's true. That's true.
Yeah. Of all the people that I think like are definites, I mean, Garrus is probably like a definite stay.
Yeah. He seems to be a mainstay now.
And maybe Tali.
Yeah.
And maybe Morden. Those are like the guys I want to stay.
Yeah, Morden was awesome. I like Morden a lot.
I mean, Grunt was kind of like,
Yeah, you could replace Grunt with anyone, really.
Yeah, like he's replacing, the last one. The last Krogan. What's it? Rex, that's right. Rex, right. I mean, Samara probably also going to fuck off because the message is, the mission is over. Samara.
True. Did you ever get the alternate Samara?
Yeah, you mean the chick that you want? She asks you to kill.
Yeah, the complete asshole girl who
no one would
ever
haven't.
want.
I didn't
in
have
party.
my. I didn't have my Renegade.
Yeah.
On. Did you do that?
Yeah, even when I played Renegade, I still felt bad after doing that because she's a jerk. I don't like her.
Yeah, Morinth, right?
Morinth, that's it.
Morinth, yeah. I don't know. Like, yeah, Samara was cool. I liked Samara, so
yeah.
I wouldn't have killed her to recruit Morinth anyway. So, yeah, and like I don't know, like in the first time I went through the game, I like courted, if you will. I'm just using the pretty term. I courted Miranda, and then like I just regretted it afterwards. It's just like
The walk of shame down the bridge.
I was like, oh, crying out loud, why'd I do this? So okay, she has a nice bra. That's cool. And okay, boobies are nice, but they're covered in a bra. So I mean,
Did she nag you afterwards or something?
Huh?
Did she nag you afterwards? Did the relationship go downhill?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Like, just like, I'm perfect and you're not, Shepard. Oh, yes. Can I have the chick in the helmet and full bodysuit, please?
Yeah, you have very specific tastes.
I mean,
I'll say
like,
that.
well, it's easy. Like getting laid that way is hard because she has to like pump herself full of antibiotics and vitamins and crap, just to get lucky. And it has to be. You have to be like in a room, and if a door or a window opens, she's gonna die while you're doing it. So you have to be really, really careful.
Life,
yeah, totally. Like if the door opens, your girlfriend spontaneously gets AIDS,
combusts,
and dies. Oh God. Yes, we just scared away all our virgin viewers.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's like.
Yeah, totally. You put it in, just. Oh, damn it.
I think we're going to cut out that sound effect, but
Yeah,
okay, let's move on.
You go ahead and do that. Not the sound effect I had in mind to do.
Insert laugh track. Okay, what are we talking about now?
Oh God, yes.
Okay, what's next
Yeah.
on the list? Let's
What
go back
next
to
on-
the list. It served us well for a while there.
Yeah, for a little while. So yeah, future games we're looking forward to, and then
Oh.
old and retro games we want to play or have played.
Okay.
So future games.
Future game. Well, you go first.
Ah, God damn it! All right, fine. Oh yes, you get to go and Google something. While I chat.
That's a good idea. I didn't think about that. Okay, let me do that.
Yeah. Something I'm looking forward to. I'm actually there for the first time in my life. There's an MMORPG coming out. I may be looking forward to. It's amazing.
Wow.
Like the only MMORPG I ever played was Guild Wars.
Yeah.
And the awesome thing about that, you just bought the game and no monthly fees. You just bought the game and then you can play it. We now have to worry about any stupid monthly fees.
That would be nice, yeah.
Yeah, so Guild Wars 2 is going to have exactly the same thing. It's going to be, apparently from what I've heard, a much better game. And no monthly fees. Just buy the game and you play it. Done.
Uh-huh.
None of that monthly
Really?
fee crap. Yeah, just... Yeah.
How are they going to make money? Are they going to have like microtransactions or something, like buy a hat for $5?
Well, I mean, microtransactions are how a lot of companies, especially ones that give away free games, are making money, like League of Legends, which I'm playing like crazy these days. But yeah, I mean, it could work that way, and as long as and I think that could work just fine as long as the microtransactions aren't like, well, you have to buy this stuff if you want to be like the best in this game.
Yes.
But at the same time, it should only be like cosmetic stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Although I've never really understood that whole thing. Like, why would you pay $5 for a virtual top hat? I don't understand.
I don't know. Rather just go out there and buy a real top hat, walk around.
Seriously,
with that.
a lot more value for that.
And who the hell plays a mage with a top hat, like walking around with your frilly Dumbledore robes and your staff
awesome.
and a top hat?
Yep,
and a top hat. Yeah, totally imagining Dumbledore with a top hat now, or Gandalf with a top hat.
Yeah, same person. Gandalf, Dumbledore,
almost
interchangeable.
Yeah, pretty much. Except Gandalf wears like white or gray robes, while Dumbledore like pink with frills.
Yeah, he was just drunk all the time, so he could never become a white wizard.
Well, he was gay, so
that adds to it. He was drunk and gay.
I
just kept him down.
I don't know about drunk, but apparently the author herself said that he was gay.
Yeah, I heard about that. So
yeah, so
Yeah, he was a happy enough guy. He was
sure.
happy.
You're like, oh, Harry. Oh God, no. Let's not. No.
No, that's different than gay. That's
that's different.
Catholic priest. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, future games. I think Guild Wars 2 is somewhere up there on the list.
Yeah.
Oh God. I mean, I could add the usual Blizzard title by saying Diablo 3.
You were a Diablo fan? I didn't know that.
Diablo 2, I didn't play like crazy like some people, but it's more like I wasn't on the line.
Yeah.
I just played the campaign a couple of times. I've had fun. I wasn't like crazy. Oh, I have to get all the runes or whatever and make my blade the most epic in the land and reach level 99 and go around and kill scrubs.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of fun with it, and I think mostly I want that game because a lot of friends of mine.
Yeah.
And when I say a lot of them, I mean most of them are going to play that game online. So I'm like, why not just join them?
Yeah, I bet that'll be bigger than StarCraft 2. I'm calling it right now.
Well, for like regular people, probably.
For sales, yeah. Well, first weekend sales. I think StarCraft 2 will eventually eclipse it because of the expansion packs. But
oh yeah, obviously.
I think Diablo 3 is going to be huge.
Yeah, it should be. I mean, Diablo 2 was awesome. It was a ridiculous amount of fun.
Yep.
And just everybody loved it.
Yep.
So that works. So I don't know. Like nothing else just comes right at the top of my head. I guess really hoping that I'm a huge Atlas fan.
Yeah.
So I'm a huge fan of the Persona games.
Mm-hmm.
So they're apparently going to port Persona 2 Innocent Sin to PSP in Japan, and that was never officially released in English. So I'm hoping that they localize it because Atlas has been really good about localizing Persona games. So yeah, I think that's like the only thing that comes. I mean, Mass Effect 3, we talked about that. That's like an obvious. Yep. I don't even think I need to mention that.
Mm-hmm. The grand finale. I bet that'll be awesome.
So yeah, I don't know. I think that's it for me. Like stuff I'm looking forward to for now, anyway.
Well, for me, I'm a big handheld connoisseur. I have like every handheld in the apartment right now, from like the first Game Boy on. So
nice.
I think I'm looking forward to the 3DS.
Isn't it already?
Is it already out? No. I think it comes out very soon, though.
All right.
But I don't have one, so I'm going to go out and get it as soon as I can, though. Maybe. Nice. I might have to wait on some reviews for the games, though, before I take the plunge.
Yeah. It's out in Europe today.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
America in 2 days.
Oh, I knew that it had already come out in Japan. I'm just looking forward to it because I like that whole 3D thing. I have a Virtual Boy, so I'm looking forward to like a Virtual Boy that doesn't suck in the palm of my hand. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I've heard that its opening lineup is kind of weak. So
yeah, that seems to be the way it is for most consoles. It's kind of weird. It used to be that the first games were the best on a system. Like Super Nintendo had like Mario World as a pack-in, and that was one of the best games on the whole console. I don't know why it's not like that anymore, but yep, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with it.
Yeah, me too. I'm probably not going to get that. Definitely not right away because it has region lock. Like the first freaking handheld ever to have region lock. It's ridiculous. And
it's pretty bad.
Ugh, damn. Well, I'm going to wait and see what I did that with the same with DS. I bought DS 4 years after it came out or something.
Yeah. I bought the first DS, like the big fat one, the big fat silver one. Then I ended up losing it, so that kind of bummed me. So it was like years later when I bought a DSi, and then the DSi is so much better than the first generation DS. I might have to wait a while on this 3DS thing too to see if they fix some of the problems and make it a little bit better like they did with DS Lite and the DSi.
Yeah. Plus, I don't really want like a handheld device that apparently like logs into the internet and tells Nintendo what you're doing.
Does it do that? I haven't read about that.
It's like apparently it's supposed to be an anti-hacking tool, but apparently like updates what's going on your DS all the time over the internet, like repeatedly, constantly. I know. It's like what? Well, I mean, it's for one thing, it's not going to stop hackers. Hackers are just going to hack. They're gonna kill several 3DSs doing so, but they're going to hack.
Yeah, hackers going to hack.
Yeah, players going to play. Haters going to hate.
Yes.
All that good jazz. So, 3DS, anything else? Any specific games?
Thinking Mass Effect 3 was my big one. I really wish they would finish Half-Life Episode 3, but I'm probably hoping for something that's never going to happen.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, when I'm saying for the future, I mean, like, anything that's actually coming out that we know is going to happen.
Oh, Duke Nukem Forever.
Just got delayed, though, by a month.
Did it?
It's hilarious.
Wow.
Yeah.
They did that on purpose. I know they did.
Yeah, there's even like a funny video where like a dude's saying it's coming out and nothing's stopping us now, and there's like a standee behind him with like a release date, and a guy comes in while he's talking all excited, like I don't know, some manager, some dude that works at the place, and some other guy just comes in behind and just like tags on a new release date for like a month later, and he looks behind and wait, what? What? Why am I the last one to find out? That was like, so actually the way they brought it forward is at least humorous, so that's nice.
Mm-hmm. That is funny.
I actually listened to what's the word? Like the voice actor while he was recording the voice of the guy. I actually heard some what's the word?
Profanity?
Outtakes.
Oh, okay.
It was ridiculous. He also did like other voices in there. Well, he was laughing too much, trying to do some lines, and he just couldn't. I think it was the lines where he was trying to pee. Well, he was peeing.
Oh yeah, that's in the trailer actually. Just him peeing. That'd be a fun mini game. Try to hit the urinal cake or something.
Ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, come on, we've been too long, and I hope it's at least a decent game. I'm not expecting anything ridiculously awesome. I just there's no way. I don't think it's going to be like ridiculously good, but I'm hoping that the gameplay is at least half decent, and that the fact that I'm playing as Duke just kind of makes up for the rest.
I think it'll be good, but I don't think it's going to sell that much because it is such an old franchise. I mean, how many players who started with like N64 these days know what Duke Nukem is, really? Not very many.
The Duke lives on, though.
Yes. They got the original voice actor. It's pretty sweet.
I know. That's the awesome stuff. He sounds a little bit differently because, I mean, it's been 15 years for crying out loud.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, come on. It's time to kick ass and chew the bubble gum. I'm all out of gum.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that guy. Come on. I mean, hey, as long as I can, walk around and rip off the heads of, pig hog guys and shit down their throats, it's all good.
Yeah, I've heard that one of the multiplayer things, instead of capture the flag, it's capture the babe. And,
nice.
And to calm her down, you actually slap her on the butt or something. It's really misogynistic, but should be fun.
Well, it's Duke. He's a misogynist. I mean, come on, the entire guy. He's gigantic wallow muscles with blonde hair.
Yeah.
He looks like Guile, only an ass.
Yeah. Well, Guile was an ass in some sense. Just because everyone who played as Guile was an ass.
Well, yeah, true. Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom, and nothing else. Sonic Boom. Like, God damn it! Stop with your stupid Sonic Boom, you camel pants wearing asshole. And the thing is the funny thing is I can never do those because for some reason the movesets, especially in like Street Fighter movesets for Guile and Chun-Li, it was always like side to side or down and up. I can never do those moves. They never work.
Yeah,
for me.
Guile was a very weird character. He's a charge character, so you had to charge your moves all the time.
Yeah, I never got that crap. Somebody needs to teach me how to be able to do Guile's and Chun-Li's moves because I have Super Street Fighter 4 and I can't play those characters at all because I can't do their fucking moves.
Well,
Stupid.
Their moves are a little bit different, even though Street Fighter 4 is very similar to Street Fighter 2. I think they changed up some of the moves, so I don't think they're exactly the same.
No, but they have their basic stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, tangent.
Tangents.
Old games, retro games we want to play or have played. This is really easy for me here.
Mm-hmm.
Mind if I start this off?
Go ahead.
Yeah, Earthbound. I have never played Earthbound. And yeah, as I've said earlier, I've missed out on a lot of good games, and I think Earthbound is the top of the list of the games I've missed out on, and I really want to play it because I've watched reviews, I've watched people talk about how underrated it is, I've watched how Nintendo stupidly bombed the game, I mean, in some ways, and, the market was kind of crazy at the time.
It's a really weird game because, they did market it so poorly. They marketed it to kids who would not actually appreciate the game because it's supposed to appeal to adults with like nostalgic 1950s America stuff like that. So
I mean,
It didn't reach its audience at all, and they haven't put it out on any other platform, which is kind of just tragic, I think.
Yeah, the series lives on. I mean, Mother 3 was created.
Yeah, but that never came out outside of Japan, so that's tragic too.
There's still ways to play it, and it has been translated into English.
Mm-hmm.
You just
I
have
played
to...
a little bit of it on emulator, but I don't like to play games on emulator, so
I'm kind of used to it at this point.
Pirate.
Yeah. Hey, I get to have a parrot on my shoulder and an eye patch, so there are advantages.
Yeah.
And I get to say yar without sounding weird. I have a formal license. Yar!
Just like that guy on The Simpsons.
Totally.
Yar.
Exactly. Yar. Yeah. So, I think there are lots of others, like huge list of games that are old and retro that I want to play, but there's that one and there's Sweet Home for the NES, which was never released in America or Europe, but it's basically it's a horror RPG, and just the very fact that in and of itself sounds awesome.
It does.
Survival horror RPG.
I heard that was like a precursor to Resident Evil.
Oh, I don't think directly.
Oh, okay.
It was made by,
inspired.
but it was made by Capcom, so quite possibly.
Oh, cool.
Pretty sure it was made by Capcom. And yeah, like it has a lot of interesting stuff. It's supposed to be a really scary, psychological kind of thing, like survival horrors are supposed to be.
Nice.
And cool thing in that game, it's like that's like one of the things I like, and I heard about this, is that none of that Phoenix Down crap. Your character dies, they're gonna get splattered on the wall covered in blood and gonna stay dead. Like, okay, wow. I have 5 party members and I don't want any one of them to die. Good to know. But yeah, those are my kind of the 2 games I want to play the most.
Since I just got my Super Nintendo off of eBay, and I actually did get a copy of Earthbound, like a cartridge copy off eBay, and it was very expensive, but I think it was worth it because I didn't want to play it on emulator. I've played it on emulator before, but yeah, I didn't want to do that again.
I mean, if I could afford, I would buy more games.
Yeah,
and play more on
it's
consoles.
really expensive. Earthbound. It's not that rare of a game, but I think since people are starting to realize that it was actually a good game and that was overlooked, it's starting to rise in price. But there are always like 20 dozen copies of it on eBay. They're all like $80 to $100 though.
Yeah, really. And complete copies? Ooh, boy.
Oh, yeah. I saw one that was listed like $2,000 for shrink wrapped.
Oh, wow.
That's still a bit too much.
Still in the shrink wrap. Christ.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is... I would understand why some people would want that. That
thing has been up there for a while. It's like set at buy it now. It doesn't even have like an auction. It's like buy it now at $2,000.
Well, the thing is that if he set it at an auction, he would obviously have to get a reserve.
So the rest of the Super Nintendo games, I just got Super Metroid 2. I've been playing quite a bit of that.
Super Metroid 2?
No, Super Metroid as well.
Just 2.
Okay.
Right.
Yes, TOO. So I got that, and I've been playing that a little bit alongside Rocket Slime. But the next one I want to get is called ActRaiser.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Classic.
Have you actually played that game?
Yeah, a little bit, not a lot. I've seen reviews and videos, and I've watched a Let's Play. I played a little bit of it. It's supposed to be very sim slash hack and slash platform hack and slash type of thing. If I remember correctly, it's supposed to be really hard later on in the game.
Yeah, I've heard that it is hard, and I've heard that. I haven't played it myself. I've just heard like the elements of it are not that great by themselves, but when you like combine it, it becomes a really good game. So I'm looking forward to that because it seems to because I didn't really like SimCity that much because there wasn't enough action in it.
Yeah.
And this seems to cater to that need. So.
Well, I mean, it's not a SimCity because while you're simming, if you will, you're flying around as an angel shooting down like giant bats or something, monsters.
Yeah. Sounds like everything I want.
Yeah, yeah. Saving your citizens from gigantic rampaging monsters while being a little cherub with an arrow.
Yeah.
With a bow.
That's my lifelong dream, yeah.
Yeah, being a little cherub in diapers.
Mm-hmm. Can't forget
Flying
the
around,
diapers.
saving lives, making people fall in love in your off time.
Well, I guess you don't have time to go to the bathroom when you're saving everyone, so
yeah.
you have to have the diapers, yeah.
Yeah, it's life, you know. So how much did that go for, if you don't mind me asking?
ActRaiser?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't looked up eBay prices yet, but that one's next on my list after I finish Super Metroid.
Yeah, cool. So you're just like buying one at a time, finishing them, and then buying another one?
Yep, looking at a bunch of best of lists on the internet, trying to find the best Super Nintendo games. I don't have to buy Chrono Trigger because I already have that on DS, which is the definitive version, I think, has all the anime scenes and stuff like that.
Definitely.
But everything else I want to go for, everything non-Mario.
I agree with that, though. I mean, I have my own Super Nintendo, but I haven't bought any. The only games I've bought on it, because as a child, this is going to sound ridiculous, but I did not actually own any of the Super Nintendo Mario games aside from Super Mario Kart. That was my favorite one. And because I hate myself when I was a child, because I had a chance when I was a child to pick between the Super Mario collection on Super Nintendo.
Ooh, that was awesome. All-Stars?
Yeah, all stars, and the plus all stars, not just the one that had the first NES games with better visuals, but also Super Mario World. Instead, I picked a fucking hockey game.
Oh, that game is really expensive now. By the way, that All Stars Plus.
Well, I got it. I mean, instead, I found other games in a kind of retro store around here. I bought Super Mario World separately and Super Mario All Stars without the world separately. So I still have all the games. So I'm fine and dandy and happy and hating my childhood. I mean, I still got to play those games, but just not own them.
Yeah, I would have gone into a coma of happiness if I had gotten All Stars Plus Super Mario World. That would have been too much as a kid, though. That would have overwhelmed me.
Too much happiness. Too much
happiness. Although I did already have Super Mario World because it was packaged in, so I guess it's not that great. It's just having everything in one cartridge. It's just awesome.
True. So yeah, that's it for old and retro, I guess, for now.
Mm-hmm.
Always have something.
That's old news. Yeah.
Old news. Who cares about retro? Apparently everybody, because that's when games were tough and hard, and you beat them and you liked it.
Yes.
And
you
even
got
though
satisfaction from beating the hard games.
Yeah. Now, like, games instead try to just make last much longer. You know, like, oh, look, we have 30 hours of content. Back then, like, if you were really good, you could get through some of those games in 5 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that was just done. But somehow, because those games were tough, they just meant a lot more. Because these days, I don't know, mini games don't seem as challenging. Don't really.
Back in my day, we had good games.
Times were tough, but we were happy. Something like that.
I'm sure that because I know a lot of people. Well, I've seen a lot of people on forums who's been starting to say, "Well, my first experience with a console was the Nintendo 64." That just makes me facepalm and groan and feel old. But yeah, I can see looking back on that one with fondness too, because Super Mario 64 was pretty damn awesome.
Nintendo 64.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, I love the metal version.
Nintendo 64.
Crazy. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. So just we're in the random crap section.
Yeah, random crap. I think that's been the whole podcast, actually.
Yeah, I mean, we should just rename NukeTheRanshin and like put in a line, just random crap.
Well, we followed the list at some points.
I
think we skipped a lot of important StarCraft stuff, though, so we'll have to come back to that for another episode.
Went on a long-ass sabbatical. Let's call it that. Long-ass sabbatical. I want to call it the long-ass sabbatical. And then one day in the future, I'll come back with all my glory a year from now when everything is dead and gone and nobody does this anymore, and I'll be like the shining beacon of light, and I'll cast one game and never do it again.
Then go back. Yeah, that's the way to go out. I'll be dead, and everyone else
I'll make sure of that.
Dead from nuclear war or something, and you're there commentating from Iceland.
Yeah, just sitting here like my house's roof has been ripped off and
Volcanoes.
Yeah, volcanoes and earthquakes and tidal waves and random bombings from British people because they hate us now. And just sitting there with nothing but my microphone and my computer screen in front of me. And Jadong's going for a Zerg rush. Tears streaming down my face because I'm happy.
I think ending it with the apocalypse that's perfect.
All right. Yeah, tell people to just, So, that wraps it up, I guess. Send any questions you have to appropriate places. We'll probably have that information somewhere, right?
Yeah, just message one of us.
Somewhere. Bug me up. Yeah, bug us about it, and we might answer. We might not. Nuke never answers his PMs, so I'm probably the safer bet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we're probably going to get this out on Podomatic one of these days, right?
Yeah.
Somehow.
Well, you are. I'm going to edit.
Yeah.
You do the rest.
Yeah, I got it. I'll make a Nuke the Stars podcast Podomatic account and talk about how awesome it is and try to get it forward, and then we have 2 listeners there, and we'll be happy with that.
Yeah,
exactly. It's all good. So we got to do this again sometime soon.
We do.
So, thanks for listening, everybody. If this was boring, suck it. Don't care.
Cutting that.
You do what you want. So, cheers from me.
Uh-huh.
And
cheers from me.
Yes. And hear you guys again later in a future episode of NukeTheRanshin. All right, then. Ranshin signing off. GG.
Bye-bye.
Hey guys, welcome to the very first episode of NukeTheRanshin, the NukeTheStars and RanshinDA podcast.
Yes.
And
NukeRanshin is what I proposed. But
Nuke. No, you didn't. What?
that intro sucked. Let's redo that.
What the hell?
Well, there's your stinger. Okay, here we go.
There we go. Yeah. I thought I'd just start like NukeTheRanshin, episode 1. All right, and just start talking.
Yeah, you're the one with the list, so I can't really.
Hey, I fucking offered to send you the fucking Word file. What the hell?
That's true. But
you're the one with the list.
You came up with the list. You get to be the host.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Fine. But I'd rather you have the list anyway.
Nah, I don't need it.